Hello from Myrtle Beach. Today we are just south of Myrtle Beach in beautiful Garden City Beach. Hi, I'm Carmen. If you're new here, we cover everything Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area. And if you're a return viewer, welcome back. We are so glad to have you with us. Today we came down here to show you what Garden City Beach is all about. If you haven't been down here, it is a short, very short drive from Myrtle Beach, depending on where you're staying in Myrtle Beach. And they have these beautiful, pristine white beaches. So gorgeous. And as you can see, there's not many in the way of high rises. Behind me, there are a couple, but not a lot. So it's a much more chill, relaxed vibe. I would definitely say this area is family friendly if you're looking for a family friendly area to stay. So like I said, it's, you get further down there and there are a couple of high rises, but not much in the way of high rises. I'm gonna give you a tour of this immediate area around their pier. By the way, this pier is one of the few free piers. Right now, the Surfside Beach, which is right down there, you can't quite see the pier on the film, but I can see it with my eye. It's about 2.5 miles from here. Right now, that pier is free. It was just rebuilt. We have videos on that if you would like to see that. But also, once you get into the Myrtle Beach State Park, but you have to pay to get into the park, that pier is free. But most of the other piers charge a nominal fee to actually go out and walk on the pier. This is one of the exceptions. The other thing I want to say about Garden City Beach that is wonderful is that they do have some free parking. Now, not all parking is free. I'll talk a little bit more about that. In fact, there's some parking here near the pier that is not free, but there's a lot of parking around the pier that is free. There is parking for the pier, but you cannot park there and then go to the beach. It is for the pier specifically that is free. There is some other public beach access parking that is free very nearby, but then there's a parking lot across the street from the pier that is not free. So always read the signs. But what's nice about the Garden City parking is if it's free, it is clearly marked free parking. Like the space I parked in says free parking right on the space they painted on the pavement. So it's not a question, you know for sure whether it is free or not, which is always great. And we've got some people down here fishing. I have heard that the fish have started biting now. I was a little slow in March, but now the fishing is picking up. So if you are coming down to fish, I think you're gonna be in luck. Hopefully you'll have some good luck when you come. But look at this beautiful water today. It is gorgeous. It's a light breeze. You can see, not super rough. Just beautiful. You just can't beat it. So I'm also, in addition to the pier, I'm going to take you and show you the other items on the pier here. There's a lot going on this pier. It's a really festive, fun place, especially in the summer season. We're getting into that season now, but not quite in full season. And so it's something that you definitely want to check out. But look, they've got other things down here in the fishing area. You've got a shelter, which is really nice. And get out of the heat and into the shade. And then they've also got down here at the end some chairs, which is really nice. So that's definitely something worth checking out if you're interested in fishing, or if you're just like me and you just want to take a walk. So we'll come down here and look at the end. I mean, look at that view. It just goes on forever basically. So we will continue on around the corner here. So let's talk about this pier a little more. If you are not into fishing, they have all kinds of entertainment. We are going to walk back towards that entertainment now. A lot of times they have karaoke. There is a bar on this pier that we're facing right now. We will get to that and I'll show you in detail the bar. There's also an arcade up here. There's also an arcade across the street. There's also places to eat, other fun things to do. A lot of them are in this central area, so that's the area that I'm going to focus on today. So let's head down to the beginning of the pier and show you what they have there for entertainment and food. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. That helps other people find our videos, so we greatly appreciate that. We really do appreciate it very much. And like I said, if you're new here, we cover everything in the Myrtle Beach area, both to the north and to the south. So we're on the south end today. If you're not familiar with Garden City, it is a bit south of Myrtle Beach. And like I said, it's sort of the more relaxed cousin to Myrtle Beach, a little more chill, a little quieter. I would say, yes, there's probably less entertainment, but you're a really short drive from Myrtle Beach. Plus, you're close to Merle's Inlet, which has Brook Green Gardens, and also Huntington Beach State Park and other things to do, the Marsh Walk. So you're actually closer to all of that. So it just depends on what you're looking for. So here is the bar I mentioned. I'll go up closer and show you the menu and the bar. But look at this great view, and this is where a lot of times they have karaoke. So if you're into that, you can check that out. But let's look at some of their frozen treats here at the bar. So here's what the bar itself looks like. And here is the menu. You can always freeze the frame if you would like to spend more time taking in the menu here. But I mean, look at this. This is so beautiful here. Got all kinds of a nice view. And usually you can get to the beach right down here. I'm not sure why they have this closed off and barbed wired. To be fair, it's been a while since we've been to this pier, but in any case, you can actually exit where I'm going to go just now and still get down to the beach. I'll show you that. Just inside, they have basically like a little convenience store. They also have some yummy food here on the inside, and also some snacks, some fishing gear, everything that you might need for hanging out on the pier. And then inside, they do have an arcade for either if you're an adult who likes games or the kids, and they do have some prize redemption area here. We'll walk around and see what else they have. They've got some skee ball, looks like some basketball, and then let's go around the other way. I don't want to interrupt his game. He's really got a serious game going. We've got claw machines, and we've got the fight type games, Zombieland, Jackpot, and then yeah, a couple of basketball games down here at the end. Now, as promised, let's head outside. Oh, and here's a Jurassic Park ride. Let's head outside and I'll show you how to get down to the beach. It's pretty easy. And we'll also take a look here. I just want to give you an idea of where we are. So there's Atlantic Avenue. That takes you to the causeway right down there. And there's some good fishing off that causeway too, and crabbing, depending on the time of the year, of course. And then we're right next to the Kingfisher Inn, which is a condominium. And then across the street, you've got Sam's Corner, and got all kinds of good, it smelled so good when I parked and came in here. It's got some really good smelling food. And then there's some other entertainment that I'll show you as we walk by. I'm gonna take a walk down there towards the causeway, so we'll check out everything. Right across from the arcade inside the pier is the Pier Cafe. And so you can come over here, order some of that yummy food. Right up there is the menu, but it's all kinds of burgers, sandwiches, hot dogs, pizza, extras. Of course, you've got the ice cream. It wouldn't be a pier without ice cream. So all kinds of yummy cooked to order food. I came out the front right there. That's where we were looking down on Sam's Corner and everything. So I am going down this ramp. There's also stairs at the front, so you do not have to use this ramp, but I'm taking you this way so that we can go out on the beautiful beach. I can show you that in the view from under the pier, and then we'll cross the street and look at all the dining and entertainment options that are across the street and on Atlantic Avenue. I'm on the other side of the barbed wire that I showed you earlier, and here is a washing station. They've got both showers and foot washes. You can continue down the ramp to get back to the street side, but we can also head right down the staircase. So if you are at the bar here hanging out, or if you're inside playing games, or if you're fishing on the pier, this is how you would come to get to the beach. We are beachside now, so there is the pier. Down that direction is Surfside Beach, and then all of this here is beautiful Garden City Beach, as well as a lot of the beach in the other direction. Now, for a little more information about Garden City Beach, it's actually not a city despite the name. It is in the county. It's in Horry County. And when we come up here, you're going to see a bunch of jellyfish that has been in the news. We have more than our fair share of jellyfish right now. I will tell you, these cannonball style don't sting. I'm not telling you should go grab one, because it's not always easy to tell them all apart. But yeah, these are not the stinging sort, and that's the sort that we have right now. But the water's too cold to swim anyway, unless you have a really hardy constitution. This is not the swimming kind of the year that you would want to jump in the water. I mean, you could tell, okay, we got one guy there waiting, and yeah, somebody else down there waiting. So we got a couple of brave souls, and I'm about to end up waiting, which I don't want to do. I've got tennis shoes on right now, but you see all the jellyfish. It is quite the sight right now, but like I said, these are not the stinging kind, and it's not swimming season anyway. But there's a good view of the pier right there, and these jellyfish just go on as far as you can see. If you do want to stay in Garden City Beach, I do recommend that you look into condos, Airbnbs, that kind of thing. There really isn't, that I'm aware of. If there is, leave it in the comments below. I'm not aware of any major hotel chains in this area. You're going to need to go inland to Murrells Inlet. They do have some hotels there, or you're going to need to go north to Surfside Beach. They have a couple of hotels there, or go on up to Myrtle Beach if you're looking for a proper hotel. While we wait to cross the street over towards Sam's Quarter, looks like the light's just about to change. So this is Waccamaw that we're on, or that we're about to cross right now. And also that turns into Ocean Boulevard. That's the name of it when you get to Surfside Beach. So just to let you know which cross streets we're at Atlantic. And like I said, right there, North Waccamaw Drive, that's where we're at. If you would like to see more of Waccamaw Drive and also the Ocean Boulevard at Surfside, we do have that on our channel. Just search for Carmen and Brian, and then search for either Surfside or Garden City. And we have some bike tours where we actually ride our bikes, and we also have some car tours where we drive up and down this road and check everything out for you. Just stepped into Sam's Corner. So they've again got burgers, hot dogs, all kinds of tasty stuff. And I love this retro flooring. It is really cute. They've got both booths and seats here. We just popped out of Sam's Corner. Now we're gonna head into the Pavilion Arcade. I wanted to point out that right across the street, in case you missed it earlier, there is an Eagles beachwear, but let's pop into the arcade and see what they have on this side of the street. When you first step into the arcade, they have Gigi's Grill. They have all kinds of stuff. They've got ice cream. They've also got Philly cheesesteaks, barbecue, burgers, chicken, you name it. So if you're looking for food, you will have lots of options here. Let's check out the arcade as well. So this is a huge arcade. I'm actually not going to show the entire arcade because it's so big. This is not an arcade video, but it's starting to feel like it, isn't it? Lots of arcades here, but they definitely have a lot to offer, and there is a second floor. I'll show you that as we are heading out, but all kinds of fun games in here as well. And then, like I said, there is a second floor. I see a bunch of retro games up there. I see Pac-Man, I see Marvel. And then looking up there, you've got even more of the arcade. Actually, let's go upstairs. Why not? We'll just take a quick look. I just stepped off the stairs, so there is all kinds of stuff up here. Lots of retro games upstairs. Pretty neat. There's an Airbnb there, and as we keep on down the road here, we've got Clapback Seafood Sandwiches and Bar, so that's right there. Looks like they've got some specials here. And there's a little bit more information. Ooh, grouper basket sounds good. I love grouper. If you like grouper, leave it in the comments below. You've got Drippy's homemade ice cream. If you haven't seen our Surfside Beach Pier, they also opened a location there. We've got some videos on that. If you'd like to see that, again, just search for Carmen and Brian. Put in Surfside Beach Pier, and that should pop right up for you. We've got Ocean One Beach Shop Outlet. And then got a little grocery here. A little coffee shop. So pretty much whatever you're looking for, they've got you covered here, but here's the grocery. Got a little information on this outside sign. And also, if you're interested, this is more if you want some sundries, but there are major grocery chains in this area. You just keep going down Atlantic. There's actually a huge Kroger right at the end of Atlantic, right where it hits Kings Highway. So if you're staying here, there are regular grocery stores as well. And then there's just a realty company there, so we're not going to focus on that since we're talking about vacationing. But that could be somewhere you're checking in if you're renting, so that's a good place to know about. We've got Garden City Gifts, so another gift shop, another realty and vacation rentals here, and then a fireworks shop. And then I want to come down here. I'm going to cut here and come down to the causeway and show you what that looks like, because there's good fishing and crabbing there. And there is also a restaurant there that overlooks the marsh. Just a heads up, that fireworks shop I just mentioned is closed. I don't know if it's going to open later in the season, but it is empty right now. But now we've got the Causeway Grill. So that is located just past that fireworks shop. You've got some golf carts and moped rental across the street here as we get down to the causeway. Here's a little inn right here at the causeway. So I'm now out to the causeway. So it's a beautiful area. It's a marsh that it goes over. So this is literally the causeway. There's also a road that runs parallel right over there. And just a heads up, that road over there frequently floods, and so does Garden City. That's something I wanted to mention in case you're thinking about staying here. And I don't mean flood as in you're, in major danger unless there's a big storm, but even if there's just a king tide, only a king tide, so not even a storm, some of the roads here will flood, and it might affect your ability to get in and out and do the things that you want to do. So just keep that in mind. You might want to take a look ahead of time at what the tides will be doing. King tides have to do with when several things line up all at the same time. It's sort of like high tide, full moon, all kinds of things at one time. But look down here at the marsh, there's tons of tiny crabs. I wish I had a zoom in camera right now. This one does not zoom. Lots of little bitty crabs. We're at low tide right now, but you just have this beautiful area. As you can see, there's benches here to fish on, and also this beautiful area on the other side as well. And you see that gray building that's to the right of this road at the end? That's Sarah J's restaurant, and it is only open for dinner. Well, I think they open at like 4 p.m. Always check their website. Always double check me on anything like that. But that is a popular seafood restaurant in this area. So definitely check that out if you're looking for some seafood. We have not eaten there personally, so I can't vouch for it. If you have eaten there, leave it in the comments and let us know if you enjoyed it. That will help our other viewers. If you'd like to learn more about Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area, be sure to click on the video on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.